racks, I'm about to fuck it up. Genie in the trap, I'm about to fuck it up, fuck it up. Got a check, I'm about to fuck it up. Put diamonds on my neck, I'm about to fuck it up. Sliding in that bed, I'm about to fuck it up.
Welcome to, it's on, baby. Yeah. Welcome to WillPower UnSurfaced. I'm your host, Khadijah Sams, along here with my host, my co-host. And we got some stuff to talk about today, because I was on my computer this weekend. And first, before I go on, I want to give a shout out to everybody who came through to the Mafia and Friends pop-up shop this Saturday and supported us and bought WillPower merchandise. And even just came down to check out the other vendors. There were like about 7 or 8 vendors down there, and you know, it was a nice turnout. And I want to thank everybody that came through and supported us. And I also want to thank Daryl Reed for hosting it. So I was on my computer this weekend, and I came across a gentleman talking about a stimulus bill.
Oh, wait.
Before we
go there, let's encourage the people. I want to say this: the pop-up shop was very informative because it allowed you to see how many people actually have clothing lines, novelty lines, whatever the case may be. So we just want to encourage you guys that whatever it is that you have that you want to put out there, do it. Get rid of your apprehension, get rid of your fear, go for it. You can never have too many t-shirt lines. They had sweats. There was a smoothie guy. The smoothies were really good. There was somebody else, another gentleman selling belts. Whatever your niche is, don't worry, don't focus on what anybody else is doing. You worry about your thing. And go to some of these pop-up shops and get in there and sell your wares. It doesn't matter if you don't make any money. It's the thing of you're getting exposure.
Yes.
And that's what you want. That's what you need. You need exposure. So, again, if you're a baker, you sell cupcakes, you sell slices of cake, find a pop-up shop. Get yourself out there. I even said, what I said to you, I got some stuff I want to do. It made me go home and say, you know what? I'm going to put my stuff out.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
That's
the
right.
thing is that you're doing it. And it's always something that, this is what I'm saying that I always say, I want to die empty. Meaning I've left everything here in the earth.
Yes, that's what
I want to die empty. So whatever it is, any gifts or any abilities and stuff that I have in me, I've got to get it out.
Yes.
So to those of you who are listening to us, we just want to encourage you. We implore you to get it out. Just sacrifice whatever it is. You might can only afford 10 t-shirts. Do it. Do pre-orders after the fact. But do it. The people that were there, they were confident in their wares. They were confident in their products. So guess what? They sold.
Yes.
Everybody left out there.
Yes.
They made
Everybody
something.
made some money. Yes.
Everybody made money. And this is the other piece to it. Social media is good, but it's also beneficial and money to get off of social media and to get out there amongst your people.
Absolutely.
Because people will support good customer service. That's the other thing. Good customer service. Please, we know black businesses they're notorious. Some of them, they don't have good business etiquette. If that's you, please work on yourself. Be prepared for when the spotlight comes, for when your moment comes, because you never know who's going to walk up to your table.
Absolutely.
The guy down the street that owned the restaurant, what's his name?
Marvin O'Connor.
Marvin O'Connor. He bought something from everybody's table.
Yes, he did.
He patronized everybody, and I thought it was fabulous. It's like, yo, this is what it's about. Doesn't matter whether these people are from the neighborhood or they're not. I'm going to sow into somebody else's vision.
And he has a cheesesteak restaurant on the corner of Point Breeze and Reed. He actually has good food.
And he has 3 of them. He's got 3 different locations now.
Oh, does he?
He has that one, and he has, I think, one in Germantown and somewhere else. I saw it on Instagram.
It's called Freshworks.
Yes.
And the food was really good. It was really good. The steaks were good. They were big too. They weren't no skimpy cheesesteaks either. They was a nice size. So if you down South Philly or Germantown, or where's his other one they're doing, North Philly?
It's in North Philly. Yeah.
stop past, check him out. The food was really good, and we appreciate him stopping past and coming through. And there was a lot of people came through, and it was corona friendly. I mean, corona friendly. People wore their masks. It wasn't crowded. There weren't a lot of people in there at the same time. People just came in, bought their wares, and left. And they did.
And the one guy that I bought a shirt for, what's his name? Streetwise. That's what this card
says.
Streetwise,
yes.
And he gave away masks with his. I thought it was just one mask. It was 5.
Oh wow,
that was
cool.
Surprised. And it had his emblem on it.
Yeah,
and I said, wow, this was really neat. I said,
right.
Wow, this is. And I opened up and said, Fonte's mask. I said, oh my goodness, it's 5 masks.
Wow, that was really cool.
That was really cool.
Yes.
And the smoothie guy is Dom Hampton.
Yes, Dom
Fresh.
Hampton.
You have to pre-order. What's he called?
Juice King. And the smoothies are so good. And I got a pineapple one with some ginger in it.
That thing was right.
Woo! Wait a minute. I saved mine to the morning, and I drank that thing. That thing, well, I didn't even need the coffee. I just that ginger in there just popped and popped me right up. So check them out.
And
Juice
he's
King.
on Instagram at juice.king215. So that's juice.king215. So give him a shout out. Now I do have the other one with carrots and orange. I think it's the OJ one.
Okay.
I'm going to drink that in the morning.
I ain't get that when I got that pineapple.
So, yeah.
Yes, and there were quite a few people out there. There were as I said, Mafi, Daryl Reed, the guy who hosted the pop-up.
Yes.
He has a clothing line called Mafi. More affordable fashions for everyone.
Yes.
I couldn't think of what more. He has really, really nice stuff.
Quality.
He will custom make you some things.
And the customer
service is good. We also had out there was Fatah wear. His clothes were really nice. Yes. He had some really nice some really nice sweatsuits. And there was a sweatsuit that I really wanted. He didn't have my size, but I'm definitely going to get some. There was culture clothing.
Yeah.
There was Already Famous was there.
Those were the 2 ladies, the 2 girls?
Yeah, they were at the door.
Yeah.
Cold Hearted. There was a line called Cold Hearted. He was there.
Yeah.
Then it was Streetwise Mafi. WillPower. That was the line. That's my line, and that was our line that we were out there pushing. And was there someone else? And Wit. Yes, Wit, a young lady named Wit. She had jewelry. She also has a clothing line. She sold jewelry, and she had other novelties. And it was really, really nice. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It was a nice day. They had good music, nice DJ. It was a nice, calm, and relaxing atmosphere.
The DJ was jamming. Okay?
And yes, so we do know how to go out and support each other, because I know we hear a lot of we don't support each other. We should support each other more, but that right there shows that we do support each other. And people did come out. People walked from the neighborhood, came in. I seen a lot of people, because I'm from South Philadelphia, so I seen a lot of people that I know, and they came in and they bought something off me. So it was really, really nice, and I really enjoyed myself. And I think I'm going to host me a pop-up shop soon. I've been thinking about it. I think we're going to do that. So I'm going to be looking into that soon, because that was really a nice event.
It really was nice.
Yes.
And we supported other
tables.
Yes,
and I tried to get something from like almost everybody there, because you want to support. You know what I'm saying? You want to support the other vendors. You want to support the people. You want to support each other. You know what I'm saying? We were out there to support each other and show people that we can support each other. And there was no ratchetness or drama.
None whatsoever.
It was a very nice atmosphere. It was popping.
It was I almost wanted to twerk. Almost made me twerk a little bit.
The DJ was jamming. It was like a party. It was like a party, because the DJ definitely was jamming.
I didn't know if I was gonna twerk or turn into karaoke.
She was cold. She stood up. I thought she was about to go into her little thing, but she ain't had no what's that she ain't had no tequila yet, so she chilled, because I seen her stand up from the
eyes were closed. I was in it.
Oh, Keisha Cole came on, and she just went right in. She remembered.
I was in it.
Yes, but it was really nice, and we really had a great time. So like I said, support your black business owners.
Please
and support your small business owners.
And make
in your
sure
neighborhood.
again that you die empty, and that you
get it out.
You get it all out. Whatever it is that you want to do, Just go ahead and do it. Invest in yourself. Make that part of
Absolutely.
your self-care, that you are going to focus on you. This is something I got to do
Yes.
for me. Doesn't matter whether it brings, if you never make $1 million or $100,000, it's the fact of that you
You
did.
tried.
You cross it off your list.
You see, that's what it's all about. See, because like I told y'all before, I had my little tree of inspiration in my room on my wall, and I put stickies up there, and the things that I want to do, I just put it up there.
Yep.
You know, because you can bring your own stuff in.
That's right.
People don't believe that, but if you put something out and you really want to do it, and you put it out there and you look at that thing every day, if you're not making moves towards doing it, it's not going to happen.
That's right.
But if you can put something up on the wall and look at it every day and don't do anything, I mean, I don't know. You just, you just, you know, either you just don't care or you're really not motivated to do anything.
Happen by osmosis. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to put in the work. So that means finding you a graphic designer, whatever the case may be. Listen, there are ways to go around. We got so many young kids who are talented that can draw. You know, do what you have to do.
Yes.
Do what you have to do.
And don't be like me. When I first started, see, I'm kind of like what the Kendrick Lamar call it, an antisocial extrovert. You know, I like hanging out with people, but then sometimes I don't really like always like talking to people or like asking people for things. You know what I mean? So. So when I first had this mind, you know, in mind to do a podcast and do some things like this, I ain't asked nobody how to help me. I'm sitting up there on the computer for hours and hours and hours trying to figure out how to do everything by myself. That's why it wasn't happening.
Right.
It's not going to happen. I'm not going to say you can't do it by yourself. You can start it by yourself, but you're going to need a team. And I know for a fact, every good leader or every good business owner, you got to have a team. You can't do everything by yourself. It's overwhelming. It's exhausting. It takes the joy out of you, whatever it is that you want to do, because you're trying to do everything, especially if you don't have the knowledge to do the things that you want to do. So get out there, look things up on the internet, ask people. You know, if you ask a person and they know how to do it, ask them. If they don't want to help you, move on to the next person.
That's right.
But, you know, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, go out there and do it. Don't let nobody deter you. People are going to hate on you no matter what.
No matter what, because they stuck.
Because you know why? You know why people tell other people not to do stuff? Because they ain't about to do nothing. That's why. See, when somebody don't have motivation to do anything, or they fear something, they will quickly tell you not to do something. Especially people who ain't, it's always people who ain't never had a daggone thing to tell you not to go for yours. I don't care what it is, go for yours. We was in the house this morning. We were in the house this morning. It's an older guy. I cannot remember his name. He called Grandpa something. Well, he bust out with a rap about somebody saying something to him at the bingo. Honey, let me tell you, it was to savage.
What?
He killed it. Now, this man had to be about 75 something. He talking about him and his Elaine. I think that's what his wife named, Gwen Child. But I'm telling you, if you hear it, and I cannot remember the name of the guy. I was trying to remember the name so you guys can look him up. But he was on TikTok. And he ain't had no corny rap. He killed it, okay? Because somebody done said something to Pops at the bingo. So whoever was saying something at the bingo, he straight battle rapped them. They ain't even get a chance to come back and battle him back. He killed them already. But what I appreciate is when you listen to what he's saying, he didn't care how old he was. He's went for his. He said, "This is who I am, and this is who I'm always going to be." And he really listened. They was like, he sound better than them boys we just was watching on BT.
His grandkids can relish in the fact of, yo, my pop, he went viral.
He went viral, definitely, yes. Cause
you know what I mean? Like, yo, if my pop, just a 90-minute clip went viral and got people talking, how much more? How much more can I do? What can I do? So again, go ahead, do your stuff. Don't worry about find your lane. If you are into exercise, you know, get your little boot camp or whatever. Get your walking club together. Just get up and do something.
Whatever.
If you are into arts and craft, make your stuff. Put it on Facebook. Got a marketplace, or just find places that specialize in arts and craft, those type of pop-up shops.
Yes, I was watching a video, and whoever is my, if you're a friend on my Facebook page, I sent the link. I mean, I shared a video, and it's a young couple. It's a couple. It's a husband and wife, and I think it's His and Her Money. They have a YouTube page called His and Her Money where they share, you know, where you can make extra money at different kinds of jobs. And they posted a video, and they had like Etsy. Like Etsy is, you know, basically like Amazon and that, but you can sell your wares on Etsy if you created your own t-shirt line. If you make arts and crafts or whatever you want to do, you could go on Etsy and you can sell your stuff right on Etsy.
Okay.
And then she was also talking about you can do voiceover. Like, you know, they're looking for people to read their books. People are looking for people to read their books for like audio book and things like that. So there's a website, and you can go on there, you can audition, you can read the script, you can read children's books, novels, but some of them were like $1,200 to $3,600 for like 8 or 9 hours just to read a book. And that was like a work at home thing. And
I can do that.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that.
I know how to enunciate and pause at the punctuation marks.
I know when not to use my ebonics. How you doing, babe? I know when to keep it. I know when to talk like I got some sense. Okay, I was like, oh yeah, that's something I'm gonna look into that, because you could do children's books and all kinds of stuff, and they were on their video. They take you in, and they are showing you how to navigate or whatever. So there's a lot of things out there that you can be doing to make a couple extra dollars to make some money. Who knew you could be a voiceover artist for a cartoon, movies,
exactly.
You know,
that thing that you packed back, and you said that thing that you might have been passionate about in your youth, and you feel like you're too old now. No, pull that thing out. We used to have an old saying called, whatever you don't use, you pack it back.
Right.
No, we're gonna open that backpack up. You take it out and you dust it off, and that might be your money maker. So if you are talented, if you're good with a plethora of things, find 2 or 3 things that are that you are an expertise at. And then you go on and you get that stuff out. And then once that's out there, then you polish and brush up and release the other things.
Right.
The whole thing is get this stuff out
there.
It out. And again, this pop-up shop, it really showed me, don't ever think that the market is too saturated, it's too crowded for you and for your things and for your creativity. Sweetheart, there is always room at the end for you. There is always room at the end for you. I'm going to say it again. There is always room at the end for you.
Yeah. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of clothing lines. You know what I mean? You might start a clothing line, and you know the bougie people in America might not want to wear. You know, they funny acting, but you might sell your clothes overseas.
That's right.
See, I don't have a preference for who buys my stuff.
That's right.
If you want to sport WillPower, something that I created out of something that I felt like was something close to me from my father, and if you want to wear my father's art across your chest, I'm good with it. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're supporting me. And he's not here, but you're supporting the dream that we have for our family and for our community by supporting WillPower. So I don't care who buys it. Just buy it.
Just buy it.
Just pick it up and buy it.
The money is green.
Money is green. Buy it. That's it.
Hit the website. Hit the link. Buy it.
And if you got a clothing line, start it. You never know. Like you just don't never know.
You make sangria. One of my cousins, Shannon, he got wine and sangria and all of that stuff. Listen, keep promoting it.
He got some sangria.
He makes sangria.
We got to check out Cousin Sangria. That's next.
But that's the thing I love about him, is that he refuses to give up. He's going to get the formula right. He's going to get the formula right. And that's why I love it. He got some things that work, and I'm proud of him.
And then he need like testers.
Listen, I told you I got some corn liquor from him. I got some corn liquor from him a while ago.
Do we got some watermelon kind? Like,
I don't know. I had to ask, but you know I ain't a corn liquor drinker, but I bought it because that's my people. So, you know, and I took it to a little barbecue. And I wound up having a few shots of it, and the guys was like, this is good. So I told him, I said, yo, it's good. I said, give me another bottle.
Right.
He's like, I sold out. How you sold out? I was the only one supposed to have was privy to that. You know?
So you opened your mouth.
So I'm like, but I guess all his homies, they hadn't got to him. I'm like, oh, gosh. But again, I say all that to say, and he makes something else, is it called limoncello? Something is yellow. It's some Italian something.
Lemonzello.
Yeah, something.
I know what you're talking about.
And it takes a while to make, but he sold out of that too, because even though I've never drank it, I was gonna buy it,
Right.
just
Just to
because
support.
that's just to support.
Right.
And that's one thing about me. I will support you till I can't support you anymore. So that, and that's one thing. If you have an event and it's a ticketed event, even if I don't show up, I'm gonna buy a ticket because I want you to know I believe in your vision.
Right. Right.
And I believe in what you're doing. So if my ticket or my purchase gonna help you stay in the game,
Right.
you got my money.
You got it.
You got my money. I put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to support you every step of the way. So if that means you had something, if I don't make it each event, I might come every other, buy something every.
But I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come through
listen,
and
I'm
show
gonna
you
come
that
through.
I believe in your vision.
That's right.
In your vision.
That's right.
See?
When I come through, I
Right.
expect to see you. I want to see you gaining some momentum. I want to see you growing.
Absolutely.
I want to see you growing. Why? Because again, you have to unleash and get that stuff out of you and ignore the naysayers.
Ignore them. There's
haters.
always going to be
They
like
are
there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to throw a monkey wrench in you. That's what people do. I mean, that's what they do. But you have to be confident within yourself. You have to look at yourself in the mirror every day.
That's right.
And you're the only person that you have to impress.
That's right.
That, and I believe me, taking from me, somebody that grew up with low self-esteem, listen to what everybody said about me. I don't know what nobody say about me no more. You can say what you want to say, okay? You know what I'm saying? Because I done had it worry about what people say. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And because I know who I am. So I know that who's saying something to me because they care and who's saying something to me because they on some bullshit.
Right.
Because I know how to be on some bullshit. I can be on some. I'm sure people that know me know that I can be on some. And I wasn't always the way that I am, but I went through a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And now I don't give a fuck no more. I don't got time to be worried about. I'm out here doing what it is that I want to do. If you don't watch us, don't watch us. If you like to watch us, watch us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't not one person on here, me and Dawn was going to be here. Because somebody going to watch it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Somebody wants to hear what we have to say. If you don't, you wouldn't be listening.
And you know, and your thing might be, you might want to be a stylist, or you might, like I said, you might want to cook, you know, sell dinners or whatever. This is why we have this platform. We're opening it up to men and women who have, we're giving you free marketing, free promotion. It's only going to cost you 2 shirts, 2 bags, some pounds of food, some food, whatever it is. We're just asking that you come and bring it, because it's hard for us to promote something and market something, and we ain't sampled it. And I'm like, this, if the food ain't good, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not going to tell my people to come and patronize you. And this is another thing. Let's set some ground rules here. That if we open a place, we open a door for you. You know, we said how you come in. Don't be on time, please.
Please be on time.
Please get here 10 minutes before we do. Okay, please 10 minutes before we do. Please come prepared. Please have your information or your contact information ready. Have it written down. Maybe have some cards or whatever. And this ain't no shade. This is just how it's supposed to be. So people know how to access you.
Right. Because remember, we live on air. So if we have to stop to, get with our guests. We love our guests, but we just want you guys to be on time.
Or whatever. Or if Khadijah asks you for a bio, please send her a bio. And if she asks for it 2 weeks ahead of time, we were trying to get a schedule together of guests.
Yes.
So please oblige her and send her your bio 2 weeks ahead. So we want to keep things in order. So again, we want to open the platform up to anybody. If you've written a book, whatever it is, just come in, just bring us 2 copies of the book. We'll read it. You send it to us ahead of time. And in this way, we'll be able to converse. We'll be able to have a conversation. And we'll converse about what we read.
Right. Yes. Because we want to support, and we want you to believe in yourself.
Exactly.
We want you to believe in yourself. And we are here to support you because we know that our people just don't get enough support. And that's why we're here, and that's why we're doing this. And so like we said, whatever it is, just do it like Nike.
Just do it. And if that's the case, if you need some motivation, you inbox one of us, and I'm going to tell you, come on.
And I'm be like, get your ass up.
That's just what I'm saying. Get your ass up. Get your ass up now.
Get your ass up out there,
like today.
Right.
Yesterday, I wrote some things down that I needed to get done today. So I wrote down 3 things. I got 3 things done today.
See?
One of those 3 was something that I forgot to put on the list, so I didn't get one of the things done. But the thing was, what I set out to do, I done. I got it done.
Don't it feel good?
It does. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. But you know what? It also made me say, I gotta really get my bedroom done. So
yes. Because you need to come home to that relaxing.
Right,
you need
so
that relaxing. You need that.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh my God, it's
well, I need to come around.
Me.
I need to come around.
Don't come, because I'm telling you, I'm ready to put all my stuff on Etsy. Like, I got some brand new clothes. Half of them I can't fit, they too big. But I'm ready to get me an Etsy shop.
Well, you
and
should
put that stuff up there. Like, yo, this
we
is
can have a
ridiculous.
I got so much stuff. We can have a flea market.
Shoot, good. I can't. Some of this stuff I ain't sell no flea market. No, I got some good stuff.
Oh, you can sell it. You don't got to sell it for cheap because it's a flea market.
Sure.
Or you could take it to there's a place in Ardmore called the Clothes Mentor. They pay you cash up front, and they got good stuff
and
too.
you know, I normally hold my things for my giveaways, my community dinners and stuff I do in the winter, fall and winter. But this year, again, I don't know because of COVID if I'll be able to do it. So that's the other thing. So I'm like, all right, I got brand new jeans, I got brand new coats, like, yo, so I have to do something. And maybe tomorrow, if I had room in the basement, I would put the stuff in the bag. And then
what you gonna do with it after they get in the basement? Because see, that's the problem I got with my basement.
Out of mind. But no, I can't do that.
See, that's just moving one problem to the next. Because my basement, we working on this basement because we about to get this basement is getting done slowly but sure. So we got the basement waterproof. I still have stuff down in the basement. Like, I know I have to get it out. But some of the things, I don't know what to do with them because there's no place to put them. So so my dilemma is, where do I put the stuff that I don't want to get rid of while the basement is being done,
right?
Or after, because then it can't be down there.
And then I don't want to rent a storage unit because, as I said to you, I was looking for a pod to put out in front of the door, but I was only going to do that in the event that when I get my bedroom done. But because in that way I know I can, whatever I'm not going to bring back in the house, I know I have to do something with. But that's not it at the moment. But I just stood in my room today and I'm just like, I want to get a bunch of trash back and just throw all of this stuff up. And I'm like, how much money I have I'm sitting on.
That's why you can't do it like that.
So I'm going to go through my things. Maybe tomorrow I'll start.
Aren't there people out there that do these things for you? Because they got people that do everything.
Yeah, they do. But I want my walls and stuff done. So that's why I said it's not going to work for me unless I take everything out.
No, I'm saying take your clothes out, like somebody that can.
No, I want to take everything out. I'm going to take everything out. The clothes, my shoes, my bed. I'm going to take everything out.
So you're just going to clear the whole room out.
I want all of it gone.
So
I want all of it gone.
So you're going to have to figure out something.
I am.
Don't put the stuff in the basement.
No, I ain't going in the
basement. Because then you're going to have to carry it back up the steps when it's time to get rid of it.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm going to figure out. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to make me an Etsy account. Watch.
Yeah, go on Etsy. Because I'm going to make an Etsy account for WillPower. I'm going to make me an Etsy account to sell the T-shirts and things like that on Etsy. I'm going to hook up one and sell the WillPower T-shirt. And don't forget, guys, I have fresh off the presses WillPower T-shirts. They are on our WillPower UnSurfaced Instagram page, and that's at WillPower UnSurfaced. Is all one word. And on Facebook, on our WillPower _WillPower Athletics, they're on there. They're on sale. And if you want, Bruce, and if you want to, buy a T-shirt, hit me up. Or hit Dawn up. Let us know.
Let us know. So for those of you who are listening, we do have the phone lines are open if you want to give us a call.
Yes.
And if you want to have something that you want to share about what we're saying or what the subject matter we just discussed or what she's getting ready to open up with about the bill. So the number is 267-888-6019. That's 267-888-6019. So please call in, do us a favor, and call in and talk to us.
Talk to us.
We want to hear you. I know you guys are listening to us, but we want to hear your voice as well. Yes. So come on and say something.
Come on and give us a shout out.
We have multiple sizes, small through 2X.
Small through 2X.
And how much are they?
They are $25, but if I have to deliver them, they are $30.
So $25 with no delivery, 30 with delivery. Multiple colors.
Now we have lots of colors. If you
Yes.
want to do something custom, you can do that. Just inbox us and let us know. And we're gonna have some other. I'm gonna have some hats soon and some other things that's in the works right now. So just stay tuned on our page, and then you'll get to see all the new things coming out with WillPower.
Is that a phone? Somebody calling us?
Is someone calling us?
I don't know. Is that the phone call, Toucan?
Yes, it is. We got a call.
Oh, somebody better call in. Oh,
Who we got?
I gotta. How you answer?
You on there?
Hello. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, we ain't techie.
Hold.
Hold on. We got a caller on the line. So EA gonna hook us up. That's why I love EA. Him and Toucan, they the bomb. Like, they really the bomb.com. They come right in. Cause they know we do not know what the heck we in here doing. But we be trying.
We getting it together. So
We
we
getting it
thankful for
together.
whoever it is that's on the phone. Thank you for calling
Yes.
in. We appreciate you.
We definitely appreciate you calling in.
So we
We
hope
definitely-
that, we said something tonight that sparks
Yes.
your interest, sparks your creativity, that made you say, you know what, I'm going to go forth and I'm going to do what it is that I need to do to make sure that I leave my mark in the earth. Everybody wants to flex for social media. Nix flexing. It is about leaving
your
a
mark on the
legacy
world,
and leaving
baby.
your mark on the world, making yourself proud. You don't have to prove anything to anybody but yourself.
Absolutely. Okay, who we have on the line? Hello, are you still there?
They still doing it?
Caller?
Yeah.
Yes, hi, hello. What was your question?
My question.
Is this Keith?
What's your name?
Mr.
He's breaking up. He's going in and out. You said your name is what?
Mr. Mara.
Mr.
Oh, hey, love.
And what
Are
is
we
it?
live?
Yes, we are. We're live. We can hear you.
Okay. So my question is, being that majority of us have been stationed home with this whole quarantine thing, and we've had to realize or fully come to terms with what we're faced with on a daily basis by ourselves. How does one truly evolve or fully walk in prosperity to become who they are destined to be if they are stagnant, biased of current underlying boundaries that they are literally bound to? If that kind of sort of makes sense.
So, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm speaking of, the technologies that are placed and are deemed worthy, knowledgeable of one's doing, but generational things that have been passed down that literally are just, they are embedded and rooted and grounded in your being. How does one achieve greater?
So I think, for me, this is my thought. I think that maybe you have to identify what those barriers are. So you have to start there. Identify what the barriers are and why they're there, and what's it going to take for you to overcome the barriers before you deal with anything else. So this is the basics. So you got to start.
We have already limited ourselves from something that we want to do, and I say this as a person who did it so much. So I know personally, sometimes we can talk ourselves out of something before we even do it, because in our mind, do we really believe in ourselves? Because I used to be like that person, like, oh, well, because my family didn't have this, and somebody never, like, they never taught me, so I probably won't have it. But one thing that I can say about the world that we live in today and social media, if there is something that you want to do, or there's something that you want to learn, just like you're listening to us right now on this podcast, there are so many different entities out there. But first you have to have belief in yourself. If you don't have belief in yourself, nothing that you do is going to work, because you don't believe that you can do it. Forget the generational curses or whatever we might have. Forget what your grandparents didn't do or what your mother didn't do. You can break a generational curse, but it starts within yourself. So you have to be honest with yourself. You have to take a look at that person that you wake up and see every day in the mirror, and you have to look in that mirror and you have to say, why do I think this is not going to work? Why am I stopping myself from getting to where I need to be? Because if we're not honest with ourselves, if we don't take a look deep inside of ourselves and be all the things that we have to be inside of us, because we are at war with ourselves constantly, because I know I am. But you can win that war. See, you can win. See, every day is a battle, but you can win the war. You just have to be forthright and upcoming with who you are, what it is that you want to do. Don't let anything stop you. Don't use those excuses about what happened in generations before. Just go out there and look it up. Whatever it is you want to do.
And I know him personally. He's loaded with gifts.
See?
This young man, he cooks, he sews.
There you go, right there.
He dances. He is loaded. He is loaded.
Only
thing, in my opinion, only thing you need is exposure.
That's it. But you have to be up for exposure. You have to bring your esteem up. You have to believe in whatever it is you see. I was a person who did all kinds of things in my life, and people always say, "Oh, you left this job. You ain't stay at something. You left Bell Atlantic. You crazy. You this." But I ain't want to work for nobody. See, they were just things that I did because that's what I needed to do at the time. But that's not something that I always wanted to do. So sometimes we do what we need to do until we get where we want to be. And if you have talents within you, you have to believe in yourself. Because Dawn seems like she believes in you. So if Dawn can believe in you and she says these good things about you, then these things are within you and you just have to pull those things out. And that's the best advice that I can give you, because someone can give you 1,000 books, 1,000 manuals, you can write 100 essays, you can do all these things. But if you don't have a belief within yourself that you can achieve whatever goal it is, then it's never going to happen. And that's the best advice I can give you.
Huh?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We believe in you. We believe in you.
You're going to accomplish everything that you set yourself out to do.
You can do it.
And this is. Go ahead.
This is the thing. It's just like the energy that I harbor within myself, that I've literally come to terms with this whole quarantine. It is just like it's not that I could have ever fathomed, I could have ever wanted, or even I can't even recall asking for something like this. But when I say the energy that I have within myself and my soul, and I know to be true, when I woke up yesterday morning, I literally woke up and something directed me to go down to the foundation, to the team, and I'm taking my breaks from social media because this whole quarantine has made me come to the realization of perception and everything.
Uh-huh.
So I woke up, went downstairs to the basement, and I sorted through a couple of trash bags of clothes.
Uh-huh.
Cleaned a couple of things, did a couple of bags of what can be stored. It can be, the solvents, the whatever, and what needs to go.
Yes.
And I cleaned a little, threw away a little, and it was just therapeutic. But how does one fully, it's being that it's just like a major restriction that is so stupid in a sense. Like, for instance, I'm from the generation of seeing things how they were, actually being of change in action and doing what we plan on doing, instead of being, resilient to what we are, prone to, and what we feel like we can do at a certain time. I'm at the point where I was going to say, Ms. Dawn, let it all go. I got to sort through it, but take it out and then bring some back in if we need to. Right. That's where I am in life.
Right.
And it's just that previous generations, not to say, or come against them, but it's just like, how much longer can we sustain and maintain this and not even attempt to achieve? And I'm talking about literally having the money in the account and then just letting it drain away because it's like, oh, well, not on my watch, not on my time, because I'm not doing it.
Well,
it's more about
fear.
That's fear, absolutely. It's fear.
It's more about dominion and power, and it's like, if we can't, if the property is in someone's name, and, you know, give or take, life may happen to come into realization of that now. You know, what property may have come and go, or whatever names were, you know, passed down and through lineage, whatever. If someone has, you know, if they've had bad, you know, practices handling property, and there's someone who is the next of kin who, you know, how can that failure, that restraint, just have dominion for what time? How can there ever be a change? How can there be a shift, if that makes sense? And this is going to dumbing down oneself to say, you know what, okay, not what I want, not what I expect, and exposing yourself, myself, to having to assist a previous generation to get through into transition, and for there to become a better, and even when there's not total difference, you know, it's just my way of the highway.
Right, and
but
you're right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's about control,
right?
And it's the thing of and the hoarding and this fear. It all goes back to fear.
Right.
But they'll rather lose it than pass it on. So unfortunately, that's where I hear you, and you know.
Whether you lose or pass it on, Jesus calls there to be order and for there to be I don't know, but it just doesn't make sense for one to have had several properties,
Right.
and then to just allow things to be taken away. But when God said this is the last one, this is the last title and deed that one may own or have in one's name, don't you dare part of this and tell me to hold my horse and my actions for my prosperity.
Right.
For what was given to me and still in me, my name. But you promised me that you would, you know, recompense what you've lost in my honor. So how is that visually? And I get that, you know, this is like so far fetched and like so. This is like a long question, but like
this is another conversation.
This is another conversation.
So, but
we'll
talk.
Yeah,
we'll talk.
But one thing I can say before we end the call, when it comes to family and things like that's something that, you know, there's no easy answer for something like that, and I definitely don't have the answer. But only thing that I can do, the only thing that I can say is you are only in control of yourself. What others are going to do, you can't control what they're doing. Just do what you can do, and don't try to consume yourself too much about what they're doing, because you really can't control anybody else but yourself.
And while we're in this pandemic, keep brushing up on your stuff.
Yeah. So what you do is you brush up on your skills. Brush up on your skills. So these things that are plaguing you and are worrying you, you know, they won't have to be eating at you so much because you're working on something else. And that's the best advice that I can give you. But we thank you for calling in.
All right, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here we go with our technical. We gonna have somebody. We ain't gonna have technical difficulties. We gonna learn how to do that. But that was a nice call in, and I mean that was nice to have. Thank you, Mr. Moore, for calling in, and we hope you get out there and do whatever it is that you want to do, Mr. Moore, and don't let these people get you down. It's gonna be all right.
And before we go on, Rick McCall, if you're watching, I just looked at my phone and saw that he's watching. Rick is a chef, and his food is good. So I'm just extending an invitation to him to come on and to bring us in some food. Okay.
I can't eat seafood.
Yeah,
Rick.
no seafood.
I can eat fish.
Yeah, no seafood, no pork. So bring us some food. You come on. You tell us your story.
Inboxes. You can let us know what you're into.
We're extending the invitation, so you come on.
Absolutely. So come on up. Come on up. That was a good call. But before we leave, because we that was a nice little long call we had, and we running low on time. But I just wanted to get into something, and I want you guys to look it up. Now I'm going to next week when we do this show. I want someone to call in and please tell me that you went and looked this thing up. Don't just let me be the one looking up boring bills from Congress and y'all not going to pay attention to what I say, because yes, they are boring. And just because I looked them up because I'm a little nerd, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little nerd, you know. But still, at the end of the day, you guys gonna have to get on your little nerd train because y'all need to look something up. Because I looked this up and it was a little overwhelming for me. So in January of last year, it says January the 24th, 2019. This bill is called the HR 748 CARES Act. Corona Assistance, Relief, and Economical Stimulus. Now, mind you, I did say January the 24th of 2019. So, as you know, we are just in the midst of this pandemic, and we're going into what? It's August now. This has been going on since March. And here, a lot of us, I know as far as myself doing, I don't know about you, but as far as myself, I'm just becoming aware of this coronavirus thing within the last, what was this, February, March, when everything started going down. This bill was written into law. This bill was introduced in January of 2019. It went into public law on March the 27th, 2020. Now, mind you, that is around the time where everything shut down. But this bill was written a little over a year ago. In this bill, it talks about the stimulus money. It talks about small business loans that they were giving away from that time. All of this money. Now, some of these things have ran out, so that's why I want you guys to go and read some of it because there's so much. But some of the things were like paycheck protection loans, salaries and expenses for small business from the Small Business Association, necessary expenses from the Office of Inspector General for Small Business Association, awarding grants for entrepreneurial development, provisions for technical assistance to minority business centers and minority business development agencies, disbursements of advancements on emergency disaster loans, Small Business Association subsidies for certain loan payments, and the Department of Treasury to enable certain financial institutions to participate in paycheck protection programs. Now, a lot of people are running around here getting unemployment. If you read this, it says that they were giving money to banks for paycheck protection. So that means that these banks were going to give money to companies to help pay their people who were going to be off for work. This bill was written in 2019. We're just coming into the midst of this whole coronavirus thing, and Dawn laughing at me because, see, this thing bothers me. Because how y'all know all this stuff in 2019 and everything, and y'all got the loans together last year, y'all wrote it was a Democrat, mind you, there was a Democrat, the guy who wrote it, I'm going to give you his name. His name is Representative Joe Courtney. He's a Democrat from Connecticut, and he is the one who introduced this bill into the House Ways and Means. And they had a committee meeting on this on 7/23/20. It became law 3/27/2020. So before we even knew all of this coronavirus stuff was going on, they already had passed a stimulus act from something that was written a year before, which they had to know before January that the coronavirus was coming. So I just want y'all to read it because, you know, I'm perturbed about the whole situation because y'all just sitting up here playing with people's emotions around here, okay? And it ain't cool. And where's the money at that the bank was supposed to be giving people jobs and be paying people paychecks? Where the money at? And the other part is coming out your income tax money. I'm about to find that part for you because, see, everybody thought they was getting. No, they already had it planned. It's coming out your income tax money. You ain't going to know. So if you usually get like $8,000, $10,000, you probably going to get like 6 or 7 because they taking that stimulus check is coming out of your income tax.
Toodles.
Here we go right here. It say this section prevents penalty-free coronavirus-related distributions for tax-exempt retirement. Oh, hold up. That's something else. Hold up. Because they got a whole bunch of stuff that got some to do with some money up in here. Student loans. It talks about student loans. It talks about all kinds of stuff. You guys have to read it. HR 748. The website is congress.gov. It's congress.gov. And don't forget, it's House Rule, because that's what HR stands for, House Rule 748.
And feel free to contact your local representative.
Contact your local, right.
State rep.
State
If
rep.
you got any questions
If you have any questions,
that
because
you don't understand,
we just want to know, like, I just want to know, like, why we just find about Corona in 2020 and all this stuff is closing down when y'all had money that y'all supposed to give the people, the state. Well, it just went in the law. So I'm definitely going to reiterate that, because I know people are like, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. It just went in the law. It just went into law on March the 27th. I realized that. But my thing was, they knew it was coming.
right? Because
They knew-
the need. Why would you create a bill
If
if
you,
it wasn't a need?
why would you create a bill in January of 2019 for a virus that we didn't know about? Y'all already had in place for loans and all of that stuff. We didn't know anything about it. We were blindsided. Now we're all running scared from this coronavirus, and I'm not going to say every single politician, but some politicians out there knew it was going down, and they was not privy to give their
they ain't
constituents
worried about
any information about the coronavirus at all. So,
Excuse me, y'all. That's
you know, so I just want you guys to look it up, because it's a lot. But it's not so much jargon that you probably can't read it. You should be, because it talks about interior non-resident real estate abatements and all kinds of stuff in here. Look, this section suspends 2020 the excise tax for alcohol use and hand sanitizers. They talking about hand sanitizer, taking out the alcohol. Listen, read this thing. Don't let me be the only one.
It's
HR 748.
HR 748.
HR 748. The CARES Act, Corona Assistance Relief and Economical Stimulus Act. And that's one of the acronyms for it, because there's like 3 or 4 other acronyms for it, but that's the one that it was written into law. Oh, here it is. Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. There it is. Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. And it talks about medical supply shortages.
Oh my.
Listen to me.
Oh my, it's interesting. If nothing else,
guys-
we want you to be informed, but we also want to open up your mind to broaden it, and just to be able to say whether you agree, whether you disagree,
Yes.
however you feel, just to be able to say, hey, that's interesting. You know, I never saw it like that. It's just another perspective for you.
It talks about testing requests. It talks about diagnostic testing for COVID-19 disease in 2019, and private health insurance must cover it. Okay, they say private health insurance must cover it. Specifically, it requires coverage of tests that have not been approved by the FDA.
Oh.
You guys have to go and read
Guinea
for
pigs.
yourself. Stop playing, because, see, I don't got time for it. See,
So
that's
I
why.
tell you what, get you some herbs, get you some
Get you some
sea moss, get you
lemon,
black
some
seeds,
orange juice, some
ginger.
vitamin D.
Yeah, some zinc.
Some
you know,
zinc.
and,
Get your-
make it happen. Take care
of yourself.
Please do all that you can to stay healthy. Try to reduce the amount of mucus that's in your
Yes.
body. With that beginning, some of it
Yes.
with dairy. You know,
A lot of dairy,
limited-
eating a lot of meat,
you know.
eating a lot, and let me be the one, because Dawn is like me. Me and Dawn, we here on one thing. I love cake and ice cream, and I will eat cake and ice cream every night, because I just love cake and ice cream. But I try to limit my ice cream intake, because I try to keep myself from gaining a lot of mucus, because of the fact I have been keeping.
And it bothers my
Yes.
legs. So
Yes.
that's for me. All right, our time is just about running
So
out.
our
But
time is winding
join
down.
us next Monday. We're going to continue talking about this bill. We also want to talk about the school issue. What are you going to do regarding sending your children back to school, and what are some things and some ideas, some ways that we can come up with as a community to see to it that our children are properly instructed? So again, give us a call. We want you to call in and really engage with us.
Engage with us, yeah.
Please, we really do,
And-
because we want to hear what you have to say, and what are your options, and what are some solutions that you may have that you want to share with us.
Yes, and when you guys call in, we're going to limit our calls to 2 minutes, because we are on air, and we do want to have everyone call in, but we do want to have time to address more calls than one. So we're going to limit our calls to 2
so
minutes
maybe
for our
2 minutes
callers.
for each call, but again, call in, say what it is that you want to say. Next week we'll be focusing on
Yes.
education and whether we can have buildings, some social distancing, and whether we can have
School.
parents
Yes.
that are willing to volunteer 2 hours of their time to open up maybe their home for maybe 4 or 5 kids, something like that.
Yes.
Then taking shifts that everybody's trying to. If you cannot afford, there are some places that are holding, they have spots for children,
Yes.
social distancing, and they have Wi-Fi, but you got to pay like $100 a week per child. Everybody can't
And
afford that. So we need affordable and real and tangible solutions.
Yes.
So
I have a couple Facebook friends who are doing some tutoring, and next week I'm going to get their tutoring information. For they're going to be assisting parents with homeschooling and things like that. One is Salima Lamar Collier. She was a teacher at she used to be a teacher at Global Leadership Academy. I know she's doing something, and it has a particular name, and I can't remember what it is. So next week I'll definitely bring that information. And also to all our Bach alumni, don't forget, August the 26th from 5 to 6 p.m. we'll be live from the Bach Tech Bar on the roof in Bach Tech. We want you guys to support us. The tickets are $25. Come out, support us. We're going to talk about Bach and what's going on in the community, and how, what we got out of going to Bach, and what our children are missing today from not having schools like Bach around. And that's our time. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next week.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. Here we go.